ABC, 1, 2, 3. Here we go.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Go.
Thank you, Devin. Thank you.
Mom, go away. I'm recording a podcast. Recording a podcast. Welcome back, everybody, to Verified. My name is Shane.
My name is Carlos.
Today we have a good friend of mine.
I'm Devin.
Hold on, I gotta pull up this topic. There's just so much stuff to talk about this guy. We have a good friend of mine, a high school wrestler. Recently, sadly, went to the hospital, not with COVID, but we'll get into that story for the remainder of this podcast.
Yeah, spoilers, come on.
And a little surprise at the end regarding his own mother and her connection with rap artists. Please welcome Devin.
Hey, what's up? I'm a big fan of the podcast. I'm just saying. I've
Thank you
listened
so
to
much.
every episode.
Devin had an experience in the hospital recently, not with COVID. And, honestly, I'm not even going to say anymore. Devin, please just walk us through from day one what happened through this entire, past couple of weeks maybe.
This starts around 28 to 35 days ago. I was not feeling well. So we're like, hey, doctor, what's going on with me? And then it turns out they're like, oh, it seems like a sinus infection. We're going to prescribe you these antibiotics. Everything will be A-okay. Well, it turns out nothing was A-okay. So, they took me to get more antibiotics and I had to go to an actual doctor checkup. And there, what they did was they tested me for COVID. It's a very big nasal swab, probably like 6 inches long. They take 2 of them. They shove it up each nostril. It hurts really bad. And it feels like your nose is about to explode from a sneeze.
Like all the way up in there, just
it's like
into the brain.
Like you taste it in your mouth.
No, not
No.
okay. Not quite.
Oh, it's like a pipe cleaner. Just clean the pipes.
Yeah, it just cleans you out.
There you go. Bye, COVID.
It feels like a sneeze that's about to destroy your nose. That's how bad it is. Let's see. A few days later, the antibiotics wasn't working. A few more doctor calls later, they gave me more antibiotics, and they're like, we're gonna test for pneumonia. And so they did that. It seemed like it was pneumonia. They just heard some dead spot in my lung and everything, and they're like, that is not right. And so a few days later, the antibiotics didn't seem to be working at 101-degree fever. So my parents were like, let's take you to the emergency room. First doctor came in, so he's like, seems not that big of a deal. You'll be fine. Next thing I know, they put this little thing in my arm, right in my vein, and they take some blood. So it's kind of confusing.
Devin the Kool-Aid man.
Oh, yeah.
There he is. There's Kool-Aid.
Oh, yeah.
After that and everything, they put me in, I was already in the bed, and so they just put it upright, and then I was holding this plastic board. They put one behind me, and they're like, hold this, and I'm like, what's this for? They bring in this big machine, go behind it for 30 seconds, and they're like, oh, don't worry about it. I'm like, another doctor walks in, he's like, yeah, you have pneumonia, we're admitting you to the hospital. Yeah, and then they stick an IV in my arm and be like, this will make you feel better. I'm like, yeah. Because what they do with the tape is they put it on your arm, and then it just takes all the hair off it, and it's really uncomfortable to move and all that.
Is it a long needle?
Oh yeah, how long is it?
I don't remember. I was pretty tired.
You didn't you didn't just take it out while you were sitting in the hospital bed, just to look at it.
No.
That's kind of long.
Otherwise, a bunch of a bunch of blood would come out. No big deal. I just didn't want to deal with the cleanup.
I mean, then you just put it back in and everything's fine.
Or maybe you can just put it in your mouth like a straw.
Oh no, there's blood coming out. Let me just.
They had to get a lung sample, and they talked about doing some surgery procedure, kind of bronchoscopy or something, where they put a tube down your lung.
Like a dinosaur, kind of.
And they can, yeah, it does.
You say it sounds like a dinosaur.
What do you expect for a hospital?
Pudding. Lots and lots of pudding.
Anything else?
The vanilla, the chocolate,
the
swirl.
The swirl?
They didn't have any pudding. Yeah, just
how are you supposed to get better? How are they supposed to cure you if they don't have pudding?
And so anyway, a few days later, I got discharged out of the hospital with a big bottle of antibiotics.
Were they gummy flavored?
You ate them all?
Squishy?
No, they're not Flintstone vitamins. No, they're not Flintstone gummies, guys.
What?
Oh my God.
Dude.
A few days later, I was just vibing at home, catching up on 4 weeks of math stuff and all that. And then I go to a doctor's appointment. Dr. B walked in. We put your lung sample in an oven with some sugar, and some mold grew on it. And he's like, there's probably some mold growing inside of you. I don't think it tasted good, Shane. I'm just saying.
Does that make you feel very unsettled? Like I feel like that would upset me so much.
At first, it kind of did, but then it kind of explained a lot of things. The day after that, I left for the beach. And this is where I found out my mom likes rap music.
The part that everyone's definitely not been waiting for, but I have personally.
My mom was like, hey, you can put on your music. I'm like, nice. And so I was just vibing along. And then next thing I know, my mom asked, is this Lil Uzi Vert? And I'm like, how'd you know? And then she keeps on guessing the artists and keep on getting them right. And I was like, I'm just kind of confused how she could tell the difference between like Post Malone, Lil Uzi Vert, Future, I don't know who else, Drake.
Okay, thank you guys so much for listening to today's episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Devin, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, I want to come back.
Of course, we'd be glad to have you back. Devin is a man of many exciting stories, so don't be surprised if you see him back here shortly. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode once again. Go ahead and follow us on your favorite podcast listening platform so you don't miss a new upload. And while you're at it, go on Instagram and check us out at The Verified Podcast and turn on your post notifications there too so you don't miss a new highlight video. Carl's doing a great job putting this together. Also, hopefully you guys have checked out the YouTube. We're putting up our full podcast there with the video. We're just verified on YouTube. We're not actually verified on YouTube, but our name is verified on YouTube. And you can find that in our Instagram bio. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode once again. And we'll see you not even next week. Later in the week when we're interviewing Wesley. And he's going to be talking about his musical abilities, producing, and beat making. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. And we'll see you guys later in the week.
My name is Devin. And I got something growing in my lung. But you see, that's not so fun. But you know what is? Chilling all day long.
Yeah.
Wiki wiki wow wow.
Yes,
There we
sir.
go.